There's the buzzer. Welcome back again to the Boston Garden. Mike Orman, Tom Heinsohn getting ready for basketball action here tonight. The Atlanta Hawks and Boston Celtics. And interesting team, this Hawks bunch as we look. And here's an old pal of yours, Tom, Al Volkov. You remember Al?
Good old Al, yeah. It's must be a nice experience for him right now. He thought he was going with a great basketball team. They're 0-2 after losing 2 home games.
That's right. He's
been
one
home
fight
games
already. Yes, there
right?
were 2 home games.
You know, this team for many years now has always had the potential to be one of the super up-tempo teams, and I think that they've never utilized that skill and that talent for a speed team. And I think that's the underlying problem that this ball club has had all along.
Identity.
Yep.
This is number 10, John Battle. At 6'4" from Marquette. Number 25, Glenn Rivers. At center at 6'10" from Petersburg High School is number 2, Moses Malone. At forward at 7 feet from SMU, number 32, John Konkak. And at 6'8" from Georgia, number 21, Dominique Wilkins. Coach of the Hawks is Mike Fratello. Assistant coaches are Brian Hill and Cassie Russell. The trainer is Joe O'Toole. Now the starting 5 for the Boston Celtics. At guard at 6'4" from Pepperdine is number 3, Dennis Johnson. At 6'5" from Iowa, number 34, Kevin Gamble. At center at 7 feet 1/2 inch from Centenary, 00, Robert Parrish. At forward at 6'9" from Villanova, number 54, Ed Pickney. And at 6'9" from Indiana State, number 33, Larry Bird. Head coach of the Celtics is Jimmy Rogers. Assistant coaches are Chris Ford and Lanny Van Eman. The trainer is Ed Lacerte.
All right, we're just about set to go. One of the great officials in the history of the game here tonight, Earl Strom on the left. Jack Nees and Terry Durham will be joining him. Love to do games that Earl works because they go quickly. Earl doesn't blow the whistle all that much.
Well, interesting matchup. Last time that Bird played Dominique Wilkins and Dominique Wilkins played Larry Bird, when it was really of consequence, it was a riot out here, a shootout.
Quick reminder, this copyrighted program is presented by the authority of the NBA and the Boston Celtics and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, description, and accounts of this game without the express written permission of the NBA and the Boston Celtics and Sports Channel is prohibited. Announcers on this broadcast are selected by Sports Channel, approved by the Celtics. Just never got the rhythm. Never.
Home game.
Never got the rhythm, Tom, on that one.
Okay.
Here is Doc Rivers loosening up. And Dennis Johnson on the other end, and Moses Malone and crew. Mike Fratello has decided to start you know, a lineup that if you close your eyes a year ago, this was the one the Hawks would seem to go with in terms of size. Malone and Konkak giving you the bulk up front. Dominique the quick forward. Rivers and Battle the guards. The experiment with Dominique at guard obviously is a brief one here.
I think Dominique is a natural forward. He doesn't have the ball handling skills or the ability to read the defenses that even a 2-guard needs. I think as a forward he can get away with that lack of ability. Well, boy, I'll tell you, he has improved as a defensive forward, and it ought to be pretty interesting tonight, this matchup between Bird and Dominique. Used to be that the Celtics would aim their entire offense right at Dominique in the early part of a ball game, and Dominique has turned out to be pretty tough. Fights the picks well, and a lot of hard work on his part.
All right, let's see how it goes. They throw it up or underway. The Celts easily control the tap. Dennis Johnson picked up immediately by Doc Rivers. Konkak is on Parrish. Dominique's on Bird. Moses over on Ed Pinkney. Kicked out of bounds. Hawk ball.
Jimmy Rogers, starting Dennis Johnson, is hoping that this ball club will play better defense in the backcourt, and also I think by doing that he's given up on that up-tempo game a little bit, because Dennis, quite frankly, doesn't have the speed and the hard push, although he's been trying real hard.
John Battle off to a good start for this club. Misses the jumper. Parrish clears. Pinckney was ahead. DJ never saw him. Pinckney fighting Concact for position. Bird leaves it for Parrish. And a traveling violation.
I'll tell you, there was good defense that time by Dominique. He fought the pick, got right on Bird's shooting hand, so Bird didn't feel comfortable launching the shot and was forced to pass.
Pinckney is going to cover Wilkins. Bird on Concact.
Well, Dennis Johnson got picked off. Bird had to go back and clog up the middle a little bit, but good handoff that time by Rivers.
Kevin Gamble coming around the screen. Battle stayed with him. Bird, little jump hook for two.
Now Moses late in switching, and Bird made him pay.
Rivers nearly traveled. Battle will try. DJ, good rebound. Outlet to Pinckney. Larry trying to feed it through, now finds Gamble.
Good look by Bird, and Parrish to boot, because Parrish spotted Bird as the trailer, and then Bird found the opening.
Dominique outside. Moses, strong rebound over Parrish for two.
Interesting development. They've got Ed Pinckney defending against Dominique.
Wilkins has Bird on the other end. Larry wants to go, does. Malone clears it.
And they're looking to advance the ball, either by the dribble or the long pass. Well, everybody with a white uniform better get back quickly.
Bird coming to help on the double, kicked it out of bounds. New Jersey, an early 26-21 lead on the Chicago Bulls at the Meadow. Battle misses again. He's 0 for 3, and Parrish tracks it down. Tied at 4, 9:20 to go in the first. DJ. Gamble, tough shot. He drew a foul from Wilkins, I believe, from behind.
Gamble got caught underneath the basket, but one of his great attributes is the ability to use his body. Now you look out where he receives that ball, just about a foot from the baseline, has to turn strong to the hoop, bring it back into a guy like Dominique Wilkins, took the blow, and still managed to get the shot off. Didn't go in, but he's at the line for two. I think Kevin Gamble loves that stuff in the paint, boy. Get me in there and I'll fight it with anybody.
Kevin shooting much better than the rest of his teammates at the free throw line. The Celtics down a bit at the line this year, around 73%, and they're a better free throw shooting team than that.
Well, I was talking to Lonnie Van Eman before the ball game. Boy, that has got that coaching staff very concerned. Full foul shooting.
Concact will try.
Now, Concact has got that shot. He's not much of a low post player, but boy, when he faces up, he can nail it.
Livingston in the game has picked up Bird. Inside to Larry, turns, and he got it.
Well, they changed the lineup, so Dominique is in the back court.
There's a runner by Rivers.
Kevin Gamble ended up with Clef Livingston. That's a tough matchup for him.
Over the top, Concact gets a hand on it. It'll be Boston ball, 13 on the shot clock. 8:17 to go in the first. Livingston came in for Battle, who missed his only 3 shots. Bird wants to go on Livingston. Does. Concact clears. Needs a little help. Rivers comes back. Pinckney the quick hands. DJ up quick to Eddie. Little room on the wing. Takes it. Loose ball to Bird. Gamble's pull up. Concact clears.
I'll tell you, Eddie Pinckney really get out there on the wing, and that's something he was not doing on the road.
Dominique looking to spin. Rivers to Livingston for 2.
Boy, good play by Rivers that time. Little tap pass before the Celtics defense could adjust.
Hawks by 3.
I wonder how this team could be 0-2 right now, losing those 2 home games.
Pinckney wants to go on Rivers, and no foul, but Rivers lying down touched the basketball. He was out of bounds.
Now, that was a mismatch for Eddie Pinckney, and once you put the ball on the floor against the smaller player, you are inviting trouble. You've got to go right up with the ball and not put it on the floor against smaller players.
DJ. Concact another rebound. Concact's doing a good job on the defensive board. His 3rd rebound. Livingston in the open floor. Pull up. And no goaltend. Count it, says Earl Strom. Moses Malone gets the bucket.
Now, Moses hit it from underneath the basket. Looked good to me.
5-point Hawk lead. 6 straight now for Atlanta. Near turnover, and now it is turnover.
I'll tell you, Bird is a little bit confused. He had a shot that time.
Moses for 2 and a foul on Dennis Johnson reaching in.
Well, Atlanta has come with their big guys, and yet they're out hustling the Celtics up the court on a fast break.
We've got a timeout. 6:36 to go in the first. 7-point Hawk lead. 14-7. Atlanta on top with 6:36 to go here in the first. Mike Gorman, Tom Heinsohn at the sold-out Boston Garden. Moses Malone, John Concact combining for 10 of those 14 points, and Concact a force on the defensive board here early.
Well, that's why they paid him the $2.5 million, right?
Well, it's got to be one of the reasons anyway. You better have more than one reason.
They would have never given him $2.5 million except that the Pistons gave him an offer sheet for that amount of money.
Celtics hit 3 of their first 4 and have gone cold since. Happiest Mike Fratello's been during the regular season.
Jimmy Rogers continues his search for the proper blend of talent. And starting at Dennis Johnson, unlike when they started Bagley, means that the team won't run quite as effectively, attain a tempo. So they're going to end up playing a lot more half-court basketball. And Bird is going to have to score a lot of points.
Gamble looking inside, finds Chief. Double team. DJ the open man. Takes it to the bucket, now leaves it and is stripped. On the break, Dominique.
And part of that desire of Gamble to be in the paint sometimes works to a disadvantage. He never went back to cover the backcourt once Dennis Johnson headed to the hoop.
Parrish's rainbow won't go down. Rebound Wilkins. Hawks have scored 11 straight, looking for 2 more. Dominique. The follow, no. Second follow, yes. Give it to Malone.
Wow.
9 for Malone here in the first 6 minutes. It's 19-7. Kevin McHale up off the Boston bench. And Earl Strong's got a whistle and a foul. Basket will not count. John Bagley, Kevin McHale come in for Boston. Ed Pinckney.
Now,
Dennis Johnson sit down.
This lineup that's in there for Boston right now, they're going to have a hard push man, but they're not going to have a speedy forward to make that 3-man attack. So
Reggie Lewis now in.
Yep. Well, he's going in the backcourt.
Yep. Bird hits the follow-away. John Bagley off the bench with an instant assist. 19-9. Bird takes the Rivers miss down. Bagley in the middle. John's left open. Kevin McHale picks up a rebounding foul. First on McHale, second on the team.
As a very concerned Jimmy Rogers, you don't have those quick feet out there. It's pretty tough to climb back defensively. The offense has got to click, and it's just not.
Dominique finds Concac. Left hand won't fall. Parrish loose. It's Bagley. Bird's got McHale on a wing. Takes it himself. 8 for Bird.
That's the first shot I've seen him take where he's really looked like he had his rhythm.
Livingston pops out. Into Malone. Double team from Bird. Down low, Concac, who Bird left alone.
Bird trying to gamble, make the steal on a blind side from Moses. Moses too wily for that. Celtics pay.
John Concac has more points in this quarter than he had in the first 2 games combined. Bird hits again. Hawks by 8. 4:05 to go in the first. Dominique blocked by Lewis. Bounce past Bagley. He's got Reggie and Bird. Leaves it, and it's picked off. Livingston, though, can't save it. Celtics catch a break.
Well, there was no need for the cute play that time by Bagley. He read the defense. He was trying to lead the man away from. Well, you watch this block right now by Reggie as Dominique tries to go over the top of Reggie. Reggie with the good leaping ability, hanging right on the shooting hand.
Bird hits outside.
He's got the stroke.
A dozen for Larry, but the Celtics only have 15. Hawks want a timeout. They've come alive at the Garden with 3:41 to go in the first. .341 to go here in the first. Reggie Lewis, who leads this team in block shots, picks up another here in the first quarter. He's got 8 now in the season.
You
And
would have
that key
believed
to
that,
fast
huh?
break. Celtic fans tune into Sports Channel every Monday night throughout the season for Nevlin Celtics Weekly. Each week, Nevlin Celtics Weekly will look at the past week's games along with looking ahead at upcoming opponents. So join Bob Lobel every Monday night, 7:30, for Nevlin Celtics Weekly, only on Sports Channel. Bird's on an 8-2 run all by himself here. Moses looking. Moses wants it. Whoa. Moses caught a break there.
I think he got him. I think Parrish got him.
Okay. I hope so, because it was well short.
Somebody got him. It was Kevin McHale I gave it to. You know, one of the problems Jimmy Rogers faces with the Celtics ball club is if he starts one set of players, it almost guarantees you got to play a slow down style. And he starts another set of players, it almost guarantees that you got to play an up-tempo game. Now, right now, they're in there with some up-tempo guys like Bagley, and really the slowest front line that the Celtics can, but the most experienced front line that the Celtics have.
Larry misses outside. Dominique now doing his guard routine. Reggie Lewis picks him up defensively. Parrish on Malone.
Oh, Moses. 2 steps there.
Glenn Rivers launches a 3. McHale clears it. Finds Bagley. Bags the lane. Kevin on the cut. Won't go down. Bird the follow.
Well, that's what Bagley gives to this ball club. They got a little out of kilter out on the road.
Moses is stuffed by Parrish and Bird, but gets it back for 2. Malone with a dozen. Larry wants it, and a reach-in foul, either Livingston or Rivers. Might be Rivers on the double team. Well, they give it to Livingston. His second.
In comes Joe Klein, who had played some pretty good basketball, and all of a sudden saw limited duty in a couple of the road games. That's a good point to insert him into the lineup, however.
Reggie fires. Gets his own rebound. Gets it again, and he'll go to the line.
That's all right, Reg. Just hang in there.
Got closer each time, too.
You know, it's funny when a player makes his first shot, particularly if you've been sitting on the bench cooling your warm-ups off, you start to aim on your first shot. And if you hit that thing, boy, you feel like, hey, I'm in it, baby, right now. And when you miss that first one, then you start aiming even more, which is the worst thing you can do. Gotta let it flow.
Only 3 Celtics have scored in the game. Bird, Gamble, and Lewis. Kevin Willis has come in. John Battle's back in. Spud Webb is in. Willis, little jumper.
Willis just got up to the top of his jump before Klein could get close.
Inside, good catch and a better basket by McHale.
Oh, and Spud almost picked that off with great quickness, boy, from the top. Saw it coming.
Final minute and a half here of the first quarter. Battle. Spin stripped by Lewis. Second block of the night for Reg. Bags in the middle. Finds Reggie on a wing. Got it.
There you go, Reg. I'll tell you, he's one of those guys that will pull up on the front end of the break and shoot the jumpers, and that's what the Celtics need.
Willis trying to work on Klein. Strip. Bagley came in with the quick hands. Gets it back from Reggie. Ahead. He got 2.
This team has got to run. It's got to push the ball. Get easy baskets like that.
Fratello, despite the presence of Spud Webb on the floor, wants to slow it down now. Battle goes one-on-one. Misses the jumper. Lewis the rebound.
I'll tell you, Reggie played great defense that time. He really bothered that shot by Battle.
Bird on a wing. 16 first quarter points for Bird.
You can set all the picks you want in a set offense, but when you get that shot right away on a fast break, the defense isn't anywhere near you.
Six on the shot clock. Spud Webb goes. Hits the jumper. Nice move by Webb. John Bagley looking, finds Joe Klein. Hits it. Spud, the quick push. He launches one. I had a shot. Down big. The Celtics have come back to tie it at 29 after 1. Gets it to DJ.
4 seconds. Inbound comes to Blackwell. Excuse me, to Dawkins. Dawkins a running one-hander. Oh, it's good. 11 points per 6 minutes. 59-52 at the buzzer. It's good.
The Nets by 5.
Bagley at the buzzer.
NBA action. It's fantastic.
The Bird is indeed back tonight. 29-29 after 1. Larry with 16, and Reggie Lewis a great defensive first quarter, Tom.
Yeah, picked up the tempo. You see Reggie with the good hands just step inside, swat it away. Right on the ball, but you watch what's coming up right now after he makes this steal and the fast break gets going. At the left of your screen, Kevin McHale. Now, we saw Reggie make the basket, but watch Kevin McHale. Even if Reggie had missed this, he's in perfect defensive, offensive rebounding position to tip it in. That's easy baskets, even on misses, if you run. And that's a big effort by Kevin McHale, a trailer play like that, that even looked like it was going to, it was a lead pipe cinch for a layup.
Now let's check the lineups as you look at the numbers. Spud Webb, John Battle, the guards for the Hawks. Alexander Volkov, number 8, making his first appearance. John Konkak and Kevin Willis out there. Battle drives, gets it off the glass.
Now, Kevin took his eye off him. Can't take your eye off Battle. He's the shooter.
Celtics have Bagley, Klein, Lewis, Paxson, and McHale on the floor. Reggie drives, the runner no. Kevin the follow.
Volkov is a big guy, boy. That's a tough player to get the shot off by Reggie.
Volkov puts it on the floor, leaves it for Webb. Spud got it up there somehow. Reggie picks it off, out to Jim Paxson. McHale's in the middle. Kevin somehow blocked by Konkak, but Earl Strom's got a foul.
I remember Reggie coming up on the wing the last time. He took that jumper on a fast break. He made it. Paxson had the same opportunity with Kevin McHale steaming to the glass for a miss. And Paxson turned down a jumper. Now, one of the things Paxson's got to get back, he looked so good, I understand, in their training camp. He's got to get back his confidence. He's got to pull up and shoot those shots when he sees them.
5th point for Kevin off the bench.
That's how guys get into the offense on an up-tempo team is judgments of which is their shot and which isn't their shot. Paxson is a good jump shooter. Excellent jump shooter from 18 feet.
Celtics by 2. Volkov inside, stripped by Lewis. Reggie goes to the floor. Volkov the ball. McHale the rebound. Gets pushed out of bounds by Antoine Carr. John Bagley in the middle. Nice stutter step. Finds Klein. Joe short with the hook. McHale the follow. Carr the foul.
Well, there it is again. Remember that fast break where we saw McHale hustling up? Before the Atlanta defense got set, the shot was up and McHale was able to get good rebounding position. Here's the up quick. Bagley gets the defense to move to him. Klein doesn't handle it cleanly, otherwise he would have had a layup. There was Kevin swooping in with good position to pick up that rebound and end up getting fouled.
Malone in, Willis out.
That's what tempo does to you. Now, when you started out in this ball game with Dennis in the back court, and they really weren't running. Now, that's not to say Dennis wasn't trying, but Bagley is a great push man. He's not fast, but he gets it up there just fast enough to create some havoc against the defense.
Celtics pull out to a 4-point lead here. 35-31, 10-20 to go first half. Carr wants to go in McHale. Lewis the double. Left Volkov open. He finds Battle. Battle takes it. Tip from Moses. No. Moses second time yes, and a foul on Joe Klein.
Anytime Moses is in the ball game and one of his teammates penetrates and the center goes to the ball, you watch Joe Klein. Watch what Moses does, boy. He just cleans out, gets the good position, and there's nobody more relentless on the offensive glass than Moses. You've got to stay with him and block him out.
6 offensive rebounds so far from Malone in the game.
Well, that comes from penetration. Joe Klein or Robert Parrish has to leave him a little bit to respect the penetration, and as soon as that happens, off to the boards goes Moses.
Inside, Paxson couldn't handle a pass after he had gotten good position on Battle. Paxson will pick up Battle defensively. Bagley's on Webb, Klein on Malone, Lewis on Volkov, McHale on Carr. Moses again, fall away this time. 17 in the first half for Moses.
I'll tell you, you can see it when a ball player doesn't respect another guy. Moses said, "This is mine, baby. I'm getting a shot off."
Jim Paxson, left-handed leaner, and he didn't get the call. Wanted it. Spud Webb on the break. Finds Battle on a wing. Celtics got back well on defense. Inside, Antoine Carr. Rebound, McHale. Bagley the other way. 5 rebounds for McHale. Johns pull-up.
Well, Bagley thinks that he can go over the top of Spud anytime he wants, and I think he's got a point.
Probably can, yeah. Carr again. In the paint, Antoine Carr nicely with the left hand.
There's rumors down there that Antoine is not a happy puppy.
Klein inside, he's got good position. This is the left-handed hook, another rebound Malone. Spud in the middle. Spud's got some room.
That's what he does, baby. That's water. It searches till it reaches and rushes down until it reaches the ocean.
Jim Paxson with the move, strong to the bucket.
Well, Paxson has yet to take a jump shot. What he's trying to do is feel his way into the game, get a little confidence offensively, and then he'll open up.
Parrish and Dominique Wilkins at the scorer's table. Bagley, the quick hands and the steal. He's got Lewis and Paxson with us. John for two.
Well, the defense spread out. They respected Bagley's ability to spot the open man, and that gave Bagley an opportunity to go one-on-one on Spud.
Bagley the step in and Bagley the foul.
Celtics foul on number 5, John Bagley.
John Bagley is huffing and puffing right now. One of the things that I think concerns the Celtics coaching staff is that they're not sure Bagley can play at this tempo for prolonged periods of time.
Robert Parrish and
He just asked to be taken out and still in the ball game. I think it's been a long time since John Bagley really was asked to push himself for 30 minutes a ball game. And they tell me he's doing extra workouts to tear off that weight. But the more weight you carry, the quicker you get tired.
41 apiece. 7:40 to go first half. Reggie, little runner in traffic too hard. Loose ball, out of bounds, Hawk ball. Dominique is back in. Rivers, Wilkins, Carr, Malone, Livingston. Big lineup on the floor for the Hawks. Five on the shot clock. Moses for three, and he nearly got it. Livingston tracks down the long rebound. Inside Carr. Nice move.
I would say that was a sensational move, but all he had to do was drop it off to Moses.
Yes.
As it was a layup.
But Antoine knew he could do that. Paxson behind a Parrish screen.
See what I said? Make a layup, get yourself in the game, and open up. Lots of poise and confidence on that shot by Jimmy Paxson. That's the way you come in off the bench. Feel your way into the game a little bit, but don't give up on your opportunities.
Bird set to come back in next whistle. Pinckney on Carr. Three on the shot clock. Doc Rivers missing, and Parrish good position on Malone. Outlet to Paxson.
Get it back, yeah.
Livingston comes out on Reggie, finds a little room over Malone, who might have got a piece of it. Livingston the rebound. Looking for a break, finds Dominique. In the middle, Rivers. Good look for Moses. Couple of fakes. No, yeah, he traveled. Once a year they call Moses for traveling, and you've seen it. 5:57 to go first half. Just under 6 minutes to go here first half, and we're tied at 43. Mike Gorman along with Tom Heinsohn. And Celtic fans, stay with us at halftime as we present the WBZ TV Sports Channel update. Join WBZ's Bob Lobel as he brings you up to date on what's happening in the rest of the sports world. That's the WBZ TV Sports Channel update during halftime, so stay with us, won't you? Out-of-town scores. New Jersey holding on to that lead over Chicago by 10. Washington over Cleveland by a deuce. Detroit and Orlando in a battle down in Florida.
Oh, Orlando. And look at this one.
The Heat. The Heat is on.
At Indianapolis.
Glenn Fry would say.
The Heat is hot.
Paxson left open. EJ. 6 on the shot clock. 3 on the shot clock. Oh, and Antoine Carr commits a foul.
Well, that's as big a mistake as you're going to get. Everybody with a red uniform played terrific defense, and to reach in like that, Robert Parrish was under the gun to try and get a shot off. Wasn't going to get a good shot, an easy shot. Those are the type of things, Mike, that's going to make Mike 5'1".
Shorter and grayer, huh?
Yeah. Getting grayer.
Bird pops out. Got it. 18 for Larry in the first half. The rhythm is there tonight, Tom.
Well, you know, Larry loves challenges, and boy, there was an awful lot written here in the Boston papers about his shooting percentages. He's got it tonight.
Rivers, little one-on-one move. 4 points for Doc.
I don't believe that this Atlanta team lost 2 at home. I'll tell you, they're tough.
Bird on the cut. Finds Parrish.
Should have been a foul on the play, too.
I thought so. Dominique over Jim Paxson. No. Pinckney the rebound. Finds Paxson. He's got Bird and a hustling Parrish with him. Jim rejected by Carr. Make that Livingston. Larry behind the back. Left-handed. And he'll go to the line.
Here's Larry. And there's 2 red jerseys surrounding him. They go this way. He goes that way. Ends up on the line as he was forced to go to his left hand.
Larry 9 of 13 from the floor tonight after shooting just 35% in those last 2 road games.
One thing I'd like to see Jim Paxson do, last time he had his shot blocked, he had a wide open jump shot with people heading to the glass if he missed it, and he decided he was going to try and drive to the hoop. He's such a good outside shooter. He's got to pull up and shoot those jumpers. Nobody's going to get to him. That's a little bit of an adjustment in his game, however.
Concact outside. Bird clears. Pinckney's hustling ahead. Bird finds him, but Ed couldn't handle the pass.
Well, Ed was trying to slow down so he didn't end up underneath the basket. And in doing so, he took his eye off the ball.
And then he had to reach. Dominique comes around a screen. Good fake on Parrish. Can't get the roll. That might have been an offensive goaltend. Pinckney stuffs Moses. Paxson on a wing to DJ. To Bird for 2.
Now DJ's in the game. The tempo is still there. That's what they've been doing and doing effectively tonight ever since Bagley got that tempo up.
Moses loses the handle. Bird's got it. Celtics, and a good play by Battle as Boston was 4-on-1.
Oh, what a call by Earl Strum. They didn't turn the 24-second clock on when Atlanta got possession. That cost Atlanta 2 points. Oh, boy. If I were Mike Vitello, I'd be a little upset.
Even at Earl?
Yeah, even at Earl.
And we're going to foul on Concact, who tried to knock Paxson's head off with a pick.
Wow. What a break for the Celtics that time. Quick eyes by Earl, though. But what he should have done is get over to the scorer's table and reprimand that guy.
Bird's calling for the ball. Goes inside to Pinckney. Good up fake. Leans. Won't go down. Tipped around, and Battle comes the other way. He's got Wilkins and Rivers on wings. John Battle coast to coast. Won't go down. Up to Paxson. In the middle of Pinckney. Eddie missed the dunk. Bird the rebound.
And all that hustle once again on the miss. left. Bird uncovered for the offensive rebound.
The Celtic lead has gone to 7. Celtics by 7 with about 2.5 to go in the first half. Some nice defense by Bird and Pinckney coming up.
Well, Moses has the good inside position on the board. Pinckney can't hold them off, and now they surround Moses and did not take him to the promised land. Good save by Eddie, and then they come. Lots of people out there moving fast, and here it comes. Good laydown to Bird, and that was an excellent read of the defense that time by the middleman, Dennis Johnson.
Celtics turning out to be the rejectors this year.
You know, there's one thing, we're looking at Ed Pinckney there walking up the court. There's one thing that Ed Pinckney brings to this basketball team that nobody else on the Celtics front line can do, and that's speed at the power forward spot. He's got to bring it to play every single ball game, and I think on the road he kind of gets mesmerized and kind of trots. He's got to turn it on even harder when they go on the road.
Dominique battle in some heavy traffic, and that was a strong move.
You cannot rush at John Battle because he's got great body control. He'll lift you when you rush at him and go right by you, and you watch it go over there underneath Paxson, who was practically in his jersey. But look at that leaping ability there by John Battle. Power player.
Six for Battle, who's averaging 19 a game, 2 games into the season. Bird, nice move on Dominique. Got it. 25 for Larry.
Now, Larry Bird must have read those things 4 times in the papers today.
Loose ball tracked down by Battle.
Only 12 seconds on a 24-second clock.
Battle will go one-on-one, and he's fouled on the way through. First on Paxson, 4th on the team.
You know, Paxson doesn't have the great foot speed, and every once in a while he'll go up and challenge a guy when the guy really is outside his range, and he doesn't have the mobility to stay with a guy going to the hoop.
Dominique gets hit on the way in. Kevin Gamble's going to check in. Jim Paxson will go out for Boston.
Yeah, Jim Paxson did a nice job while he was in there. One of the things the Celtics are going to have to really work on is good backcourt defense. That's what their weakness is right now. And also Larry Bird learning to play the quick forward a little bit more effectively than he has in the early part of this season.
Dominique.
But tonight, what Jimmy Rogers did is start Pinckney out on the quick forward, and that changed the complexion a little bit.
Started to say Dominique, 40% shooting coming into the game, misses both free throws. He's 1 of 7 from the floor.
But you know what Dominique's capable of.
Well, that was a great steal right there. Bagley picks up the foul.
There's Bagley setting up a play and then just brings it right in front of Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers is a good defensive player. You can't show him the ball. You got to keep your body between him and the ball. He's got great hands.
The Hawks' career leader in steals, I'm told.
Boy, you watch that replay. He had his eyes on the ball the whole time, just waiting for Bagley to put it out in front so he could swipe it.
Struggling at the free throw line, though.
As usual, as soon as you say that, nothing but net.
58%.
Say it again, right? Probably going to hit this one now, right? Just keep saying the guy's a great foul shooter.
Right.
Then they miss him.
4-point game. 113 in the half. Inside Pinckney. Blocked by Malone, who came to help. Out of bounds. Hawk ball.
Eddie Pinckney's low post moves. He doesn't feel comfortable unless he can slide by somebody. He's got to learn to go straight up and take the shot. He uses his jumping ability to jump sideways instead of up.
Rivers trying to lose Bagley. Battle left wide open. Bird is there. Parrish was hollering for the ball as Robert had beaten everyone down the floor.
Nobody's got Pinky yet. Now they do.
Into Parrish. Tipped up and in by Gamble.
All right. That's what Gamble does for you at that guard spot. Gives you an extra rebounder. The flip side of that one is that when he goes in there, sometimes there's nobody back on defense.
Hawks looking for the final shot of the half. Celtics by 6. Rivers. Air ball. Boston ball with 3.3 seconds left.
Great defense that time by Bagley. He really forced Rivers to take a shot he didn't want to take outside his normal good range.
Celtics will use a 20-second timeout here. Up by 6. And you know there's only one thing better than a Celtic win, and that's celebrating that victory with an ice-cold Budweiser. Celtic fans, this Bud's for you. Michael Smith in the sweater. Eligible to come off the injured list after tonight's game. Eligible. I mean, he can stay on there for as long as they want him on there, but he's eligible to come back after tonight.
His wife was expecting a baby. I wonder if she had it.
Good luck, Michael. Good luck, Mrs. Smith. All right, Celtics with 3 seconds. Let's see if they can get one off. Bagley. John's got some room. And the Celtic lead will be 6 at halftime. 56-50 Boston. Larry's got 25.
Boston Celtics basketball brought to you by the 9X Yellow Pages. If it's out there, it's in here. By your New England Pontiac dealer, where Pontiac quality is as exciting as the performance. By Adidas Torsion running shoes, created with one thing in mind, winning. And by Delta Airlines, we love to fly, and it shows.
Welcome back once again, everyone, to the Boston Garden. We're at halftime, and the Celtics have themselves a 6-point lead, 56-50. After digging a bit of a hole in that first quarter, Boston able to come back. Casey Jones, I almost said. Jimmy Rogers tonight, starting Dennis Johnson and Kevin Gamble in the backcourt. And the Atlanta Hawks really came out and started to run early. The Celtics got down by a double-figure digit. But then on the heels of Larry Bird, really, who had 25 first-half points, 16 of those coming in the first quarter. Boston able to get back even at 29 after 1, and now open up a 6-point lead here at halftime. We'll have more coming up from the Boston Garden in just a minute. Bob Lobel will be by with the WBZ-TV Sports Channel update. Mike Fratello looking 0-3 in the eye if they don't get a win here tonight. Down 6 at the half. Here we go.
So much conjecture this summer about Fratello's position with this ball club. And have to think, boy, his job could be in jeopardy.
Dominique comes out firing with no better luck than he had in the first half.
I got 2 loose ball fouls.
And Moses Malone, a loose ball foul. You have to call at least one foul on Moses every game. That's his first.
Full.
Reggie Malone the rebound.
Well, Reg was expecting a little blow from Moses.
Yes,
Didn't happen.
Rivers. Harris the board. Double team on Bird. Finds Lewis. Malone clears.
3-on-2.
Battle.
Oh, foul!
Rebound McHale. It's 4 layups that have been missed. Contested layups, but layups. Inside McHale, who's being leaned on by Konkak and Rivers.
Oh, Rivers backed off, and Konkak fronted Kevin, and they just held him. There was no way they're going to get the ball except over the top, and Konkak going to try to get at Kevin's wallet there.
A little left-handed
He's got $2.5
hook.
million of his own. He doesn't need Kevin's.
Moses clears the miss.
Oh, boy, did he carve out room that time.
Inside Konkak, and Bird wasn't going to let him get that one up.
Well, Bird is a master at knowing his foul situation, and one of the things Bird does, he plays pretty decent low post defense. He'll beat the guy to the spot. That time, however, is just a little bit late. Konkak out in front of him.
John Konkak, a career 7-point-a-game guy.
Well, Konkak and Klein came out the same year, and people thought Klein was going to be the superior player. Konkak probably had more offensive moves than Joe. And Joe is a bigger banger, but neither one of them have really developed into a frontline center yet. Konkak has made the starting lineup, but really as a power forward.
Konkak played a big game against Patrick Ewing in the NCAA tournament, and that really pumped his stock that year. Bird to Parrish. Robert gets the roll.
Double team on Bird, makes them commit, and Parrish made himself available.
Second basket for the Chiefs tonight. 10 to go in the third. Malone one-on-one. Throws down the hook. Ba-bump, 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 ba-bump. 19 for Moses.
Double team on Moses, and Moses is susceptible to double teams. Not that good a passer.
Nowhere for Kevin to go, and Rivers came from the blind side and then couldn't save it.
Kevin kept looking for somebody to pass the ball to, and he was really being played one-on-one. They faked the double at him, and now the double does develop after about a 10 count. Rivers almost made a great play. That's what defenses will do. They'll throw some double teams at you, get you in the habit of looking for it, and then pull them off and just break up your rhythm that way. Keep you guessing.
Reggie over the top, but again, it's Doc coming from the blind side with the steal. Up to Dominique. Wilkins wants it. Too hard off the glass. 1 of 8 shooting for Wilkins. Larry's open.
Still got it. Fake Dominique to the hoop and just circle back out for that pass from Dennis.
Bird 13 of 16 from the floor.
That's what a shooter does. Keep shooting. It averages out.
Loose ball comes to Bird. Grabbed from behind by Rivers. Larry tries to put it up. Looking for the continuation call.
Right, Celtics had a 4-on-2 that time.
Smart foul by Rivers.
Yep. Celtics have been unable to break away from this ball club once they gained the lead. They were in a hole, what, 9 points at one juncture?
Not even in double figures, I believe. Trying to get it into McHale. Kevin's fall away. Parrish hustles back, but it'll be hawk ball.
You know, it's very difficult to offensive rebound out of half-court offense because the defense is concentrated. They know the pattern. They know who to block out. And it's much more, you allow them to have a much more organized defense. So the best offensive rebounding Celtics had all night is when they've up-tempoed the game.
John Battle knocks one down the lane. Celtic lead at 4, and Malone almost came up with the steal. Crowd looking for a call as Malone was draped over McHale.
They could call a second foul on Moses, I think, couldn't they?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's a little early yet. Reggie. Rejected by Malone. Parrish is there, and he'll go to the line.
That personal foul was on number 42, Kevin Willis. His first personal foul.
Now you're going to see it from the out of bounds, a little lob, and there's Reggie. Might have been goaltending. Oh, Robert right there with the 0-0. Here's a guy that's had some nightmares on the free throw line during that road trip. Robert Parrish. You know, one of the problems he's had, of course, it's well documented, the elbow problem, and that can be a serious thing for trying to gain your rhythm. His elbow is supposed to be okay. And boy, he doesn't have that shot down yet.
No, he doesn't. Hawks a chance to get to 2.
Good defense that time by Reggie.
Dominique and McHale got a piece of it, but Willis the loose ball, and he gets the roll.
And Bird was right there on his shooting hand.
Celtics starting the third, much like they started the first.
There's no tempo in this quarter. Everything is half court.
Oh, a present.
No easy baskets for the Celts here, except that one.
They gave that to Kevin McHale.
Well, he's the last Celtic to touch it. Might have been 2 minutes before, though.
Wilkins way off. Dominique is really struggling. Bird again. 29 now for Bird. Wilkins the other way, and he'll go to the line. We've got a timeout. 6:49 to go here, third quarter. The Celtics have pushed it back to 6, 64-58. 6-point Celtic lead, 64-58, and Kevin McHale, if he sets a new Celtic scoring record by 2, can thank Kevin Willis.
Yep, and Willis did not get both hands on the ball, and as a consequence, it just flipped up there and snugly went through the rim.
Snugly. Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, use good sense and drink responsibly. Please know when to say when. A reminder from Anheuser-Busch.
Well, Dominique Wilkins is now 1 for 12 and has taken some horrendous shots. And Bird has broken his shooting slump here this evening.
Passed it on to Dominique.
Yeah.
It's like a flu bug.
Flu bug. Don't touch me. I don't want to get a slump.
0 for 3 at the line.
You know, Dominique is really a very competitive guy and kind of do almost anything for his team to win. And, you know, he's got great belief in his own abilities. He plays hard. I can remember a game here at the Garden. They were down by 20 points, and he's still pressing in the backcourt with a minute to go.
DJ looking inside, finds Reggie. Over Willis.
Oh, yeah. Find a way, Reggie. That's my new nickname. Find a way, Reggie.
Find a way, Reggie. I like it. The lead is 7. Dominique will try again.
Boy, he's aiming it. No rhythm to his shot.
Sure thinking about
Yeah,
it. You can
I'm
tell.
telling you, they start lining it up. And when you're shooting and you're in the groove, you don't even think about it. Put your head up there and let it fly.
8 on the shot clock. McHale's got a screen for Bird. Finds Kevin. Over to DJ with 2. Got it outside.
Big hoop.
Rivers, Wilkins, trip, Lewis to foul. John Bagley up off the Boston bench, set to come back in. And Joe Klein will also come in.
Well, this is a good time to try and insert some tempo into the game, as Bagley more assuredly will go out there and try and push the ball hard. And as a consequence, you're going to have some tired frontline guys of Atlanta that are just liable to crack this defense of Atlanta at this stage of the ball game. The timing of substitution is sometimes very important.
Four points on the night now for Wilkins. Reggie looks and finds Bird.
Dominique was guessing Bird was going to pop out for the jumper, and Bird left him in the dust.
Celtics a 10-point lead halfway through this third quarter. Moses. Joe Klein's got him defensively. Bird over the top, the foul on the back of Dominique.
Well, Bagley was forced to switch that time, as Rivers really set a great pick on McHale. That was a mismatch with Dominique going to the hoop. They're trying to get him going. Look at this. Bird, with his great sense of team defense, tries to help out.
Dominique now 2 of 7 from the line. It's great on the second or two. Larry, quick release. McHale the rebound. Back up.
Good step to the hoop after he hit the floor.
And Mike Fratello wants a timeout. 4:55 to go in the third, and the Celtic lead is 11. .55 to go here in the third. 72-61, Celtics by 11. Our next Celtic game here on Sports Channel will be Tuesday night when the Celtics meet the Philadelphia 76ers down at the Hartford Civic Center. Join us for the pregame show at 7:15. That's the Celtics hosting the 76ers from Hartford on Tuesday night here on Sports Channel. 53% shooting. Hawks struggling. No three-point play yet here in the third quarter. Steve Levy, you still have 4 minutes and 55 seconds. However, Larry Bird's gone to the bench, Steve.
Keep your fingers crossed.
Better cross your toes now. Malone. He'll go to the line.
Joe Klein is going to have to develop a way of defending guys like Moses, because Moses right now, as soon as he sees Joe Klein is defending him, is going to take it right to the hoop.
Moses has played in 886 consecutive games without fouling out.
I'll tell you, one of the surprising things about Moses that I learned a couple of years ago is that all summer long, he looks at the tapes of the games to try and improve what he does on the court. It's pretty amazing.
It works, obviously.
It sure does.
Reggie a little room, and he's hacked on the way through.
Good read that time by Reggie Lewis. A little pick and roll play, and Willis jumped him. He knew he had a mismatch for speed in his favor. Took it to the middle and found the open man. He got fouled in the process.
Yep, Reggie a chance to get in double figures here. 9-point Celtic lead.
Reggie has become a real player now. Last year there was, hey, is he a shooter? Boy, he showed us tonight he played some strong defense. And there's no question he's got scoring ability. And his defense is better and doing a lot of things better.
Jim Paxson in the ball game covering battle. Bagley's on Rivers. Klein's on Malone. McHale on Willis. Moses swings and hits a hook.
Now, no double teams on Moses. Letting Moses go one-on-one, and pretty tough assignment for anybody.
I have to reevaluate him.
Yeah.
Reggie's open. Rebound Rivers. Up ahead, Willis ahead of the field, and he got 2. And the Hawks refuse to go away. They're back to within 6.
Yeah. They're pesky.
Mike Vitello looking to send Spud Webb in the game. Paxson on a cut. Got the layup and a foul.
Three-point play potential, Mike.
Spud Webb comes in. Jim Paxson steps to the line. John Battle sits down with 8. Steve Levy is still alive. 3:35 to go in the 3rd. Rivers got some room.
Doc Rivers is really great at going to the basket, and year after year, I don't think he was a natural point guard. He was really a 2-guard in college, that type of player, and he started to develop a little bit better as a middleman on that fast break. But boy, when he gets in that paint, he is really tough.
6 and 6, the numbers for Doc so far tonight.
That's a big adjustment for a player like him to be the middleman on a fast break, make those decisions, read the defense. Who do I get the ball to? And boy, for a couple of years, he had big problems with those decisions.
McHale, the open man far corner, makes a move, blocked by Malone. Breaking out is Rivers, and the foul. Rivers looking for a breakaway foul. He won't get it. Jim Paxson picks it up, his 3rd.
One and one for 2. No breakaway.
And much to the joy of Steve Levy, wherever he is right now, Larry Bird's coming back into the ballgame. Doc Rivers, certainly from an athletic family. Usually don't like to read these things, but this is pretty interesting. He's the nephew of former NBA star Jim Brewer and the cousin of former Baltimore Oriole outfielder Ken Singleton. Some great games in the holidays like Thanksgiving. Hey, everybody comes over the house. Could do a lot with that crew. Joe Klein has it tipped away, and the Hawks a chance to get the 3. Willis, a little pull-up. 75-72.
Celtics having difficulty with this press.
Paxson's leaner. McHale keeps it alive, and Bagley picks it off. Kevin off his shoe. Rivers off the floor to Moses. Gives it to Willis. And John Bagley, a good foul. Almost a great defensive play.
You watch Bagley go right for the shooting side and really caught. That was a clean play, it looked like. And John thought so, certainly.
2:24 to go in the 3rd, and a timeout is called by the Celtics. We're regrouping in order here. 75-72 3-point game with Willis set to go to the free throw line when we come back. Busy week here on Sports Channel next week. We have 3 games coming up, but first, tomorrow at noon, Notre Dame continues its winning ways on the gridiron and on Sports Channel tomorrow. We'll bring you live from South Bend, the Irish hosting SMU, who they'll beat by about 100. This exciting football matchup begins at 12 noon. That's Notre Dame against SMU live right here on the home of Notre Dame Sports, Sports Channel. They will beat those guys by about 100 if Lou Holtz doesn't take the starters out.
Well, getting back to this game, there's no 100-point win margin in evidence in this ball game. The Celtics right now having difficulty handling the Atlanta Hawks press. A couple of games they did well against the press. Tonight they're having problems. Now, one of the reasons that happens as we're looking at Atlanta, their field goal percentage. But one of the reasons that happens is because they're focusing on other things, not the fine parts of a possible defense that somebody will throw at you. They're really working on the big picture, the tempo part of the game, making sure people are running the lanes correctly, half-court offense, because that's the major portion that really has to be buttoned down. And here's Moses. You see that good pick by Doc Rivers, and superposition, no double team. Everybody's going to play one-on-one. That leaves old Joe in a precarious position.
Hey, it's tough to guard Hall of Famers one-on-one.
Yes.
And that guy's going to the Hall of Fame, I would assume. Wouldn't you?
I would say Moses is a lock. 14 years in the NBA, right out of high school. And when he first came in the NBA, boy, didn't do an awful lot but hit the boards, and has his game improved since then.
34 years old. Seems every time he leaves a team, people say he doesn't have anything left, and then he goes and has a great career somewhere else.
But he loses weight. This is the lightest I've seen Moses in a long time. And that's the secret to a long career, other than not getting injured, is take the weight off as you get older.
75-73, 2:21 to go in the third. Bagley, Bird, Parrish, Pinckney, Paxson on the floor for Boston. Livingston out on Bird. Willis on Pinckney. Larry pops out. Moses the rebound. The Hawks can tie. Doc Rivers leaves it for Livingston. Moses the trailer. Now they'll reset. Still plenty of time. 10 in the shot clock. Rivers and the foul on Paxson.
Well, when Jimmy Paxson is on the outside, the perimeter, he just, everybody feels they can get around Paxson. They're going to take it to him. He's got to really play it a little bit cuter than he's playing. He's challenging too many of these guards on the outside and allowing them to use their quickness advantage over them. Tough to do, I'll tell you, when you're out there all by yourself trying to stop a speed merchant. You feel naked. You feel like you just took a shower with the shade up.
Tied at 75. Bagley breaks through. Leaves it for Parrish, but a little too tricky for Robert to handle. Paxson open for the J. Rebound Willis. Hawks can get a lead.
But the tempo of the game right now might be conducive for the Celtics to come up with some easy ones.
Hawks are on a 12-2 run. Larry gets it. Wants it. Tipped out of bounds. Hawk ball.
You know, if you don't come out of the locker room ready to run, it's pretty difficult to go from a slow tempo to a fast tempo once the game is in progress. And it's like jump starting a car. You know, you got to get it rolling before you can really start it, you know. And that's what the Celtics are trying to do right now with Bagley. And all you're getting is puffs of smoke out of the exhaust.
Rivers again. And that'll be the 5th foul on Jim Paxson. And you're paid to analyze, buddy, and you call that one. And this is exactly challenging, and he can't do it.
This is challenging him. And one thing you got to do when you're playing against the faster player is get lower than he is. And Jim tried to bend his knees, but old Doc got a little bit lower than Paxson did.
Jim goes to the bench with 6 points, 5 fouls. Rivers having a field day. That's his 5th free throw of the quarter. Atlanta 14 of 19 at the line here in the third. The Celtics 1 of 5. (77-75) under a minute to go.
There's the press again. It's been effective.
Pinckney.
No open man.
Loose on the floor. Who's got it? Lewis. Good hustle. Looking, finds Larry Bird, up fake, and a foul on Livingston reaching in. Reggie Lewis hustle made the play.
The Hawks are pretty smart on this pressure defense. What they're doing is letting the power forward get the ball in the corner and become the playmaker. It finally gets into Parrish's hands, as there wasn't really much of an opening for him, and Reggie alertly finds Bird, the open man on the weak side. Could have been traveling there. They'll put Bird at the line for 2.
That breaks a string of 10 straight Atlanta points.
Pressure defenses try to always force the ball to your poorer ball handlers. Bird's the best ball handling forward, and he has not been able to get his hands on the ball against this press.
Rivers outside. Willis, good fight. 9 of Willis's 11 have come here in the third quarter. Season high for Willis. Reggie pops out, finds Larry, and a foul on Ed Pinckney off the ball.
It's on number 54, Ed Pinckney, his second personal foul.
And the Hawks, up by 2, have 16 seconds to stretch it to 4. They clear it for Spud Webb. He can't get around Bagley, who strips him. And the quarter is history. We have played 3. No three-point play for Larry Bird and Steve Levy, and the Celtics are down by 2. We've played 3. It's the Hawks by 2, 79-77 here at the Garden. Mike Gorman along with Tom Heinsohn. Larry Bird did not make a three-point play in that third quarter. No one did. So that means that Steve Levy, though, will receive an autographed Celtics basketball. That's a nice prize. Congratulations, Steve. And we'll see you next time for the Celtic 3-point Sports Channel Store 24 Low Jack play. Shooting percentages, Boston 48, Atlanta 44. Hawks really doing well at the free throw line. 23 of 31, at least in terms of numbers they are. They have a 12-point advantage at the free throw line.
Well, the Celtics did not get any easy attempts in that quarter because the tempo was down. Oh, boy. And there's Spud Webb saying, hey, John Bagley going to take one away from me. I'm going to do it to you. It's a little macho there. Little guy stepping up saying, hey, you're making me look bad. I'm going to really do it to you.
Let's check the lineups. Bagley, Lewis, Pinckney, Parrish, Bird for Boston.
There's some speed in there now.
Eddie takes a ball away, knocks it home off the glass.
That's go up and take the shot just like that, Eddie. That's the move.
Spud Webb is out there with John Koncak, Kevin Willis, John Battle, and Alexander Volkov. Kevin Willis takes it in, gets 2. Willis had a big second half.
You gotta force him the other way. You can't let him turn to the middle.
Who, old short arms there?
Yep, old short arms.
Bird trying to work on Volkov. Underneath to Parrish, he can't convert, but Pinckney's there.
Boy, you thought that Bird was the Berlin Wall there, the way Volkov was playing him. He was tearing him down.
Spud Webb bumped by Bagley on the way by.
I'll tell you, old Spud is so tough. Anybody that's got to defend against Spud Webb, they look at it as one of the biggest challenges because he is so quick and so nifty on that dribble. He can almost guarantee himself he's going to get any play he wants to get or get anywhere he wants to get.
Willis feels he has a hot hand. He does.
Now, that time they turned him away. Then you can hang on his shooting hand. You got to get that left hand up against right-hand shooters.
He hasn't missed tonight. He's 7 of 7. Volkov.
Volkov. Good old Al. There he was, all over him. Well, Bird gets the pick, gets the ball, and has Volkov challenging right away. Good hustle by Volkov.
Yeah.
A little bit too aggressive, however.
Yeah, but pretty, you'd rather have that, right?
Oh,
Spud's going to get two.
I'll tell you, that little takeaway by Bagley has got Spud Webb on a tear.
Bird moves on Volkov. And Alexander picks up the foul.
Good position by Bird. And a little up fake as Volkov moving. And he sweeps by and gets banged.
And Charles Smith is checking into the game for the Celtics. John Bagley goes to the bench.
Well, this is a pretty decent move because Charles Smith has got the most quickness in the backcourt. And he'll probably be able to stay quickness-wise with Spud Webb if he doesn't fight for any of those tantalizing moves of Spud.
35 for Bird. Hawks by 2. Reggie Lewis has got John Battle. Willis keeps calling for the ball. Finds Spud. He finds Battle.
Good read that time by Spud. And Willis, boy, picked out the open man. Quick.
After a relatively foul-free first half, this is a long second half. John Koncak picks that one up, his third. Webb right up on Smith. Reggie open on a wing.
Good read by Charles Smith.
And Smith aggressively up on Webb, denying him the ball, bumping him in the backcourt, and they gave him a foul.
That's a rookie play. He shouldn't have done it. A referee right in front of the play as it happened, and Charles Smith went up and challenged him.
Charles Smith is not going to back down from too many guards in this league.
That was a
No,
rookie
I
move.
agree. I agree.
If the guy gets rid of the ball, don't let him get it back, but don't be banging on it.
Volkov leaves it for Battle. Webb's runner. No, rebound Pinckney. Outlet to Smith. Leaves it for Bird. Larry looking for help. Reggie to the hole.
There it is. They've got some tempo in it. Atlanta's defense never got a chance to set up.
Tied at 87. Volkov gets it. And a little bit of history right there. First NBA points for Alexander Volkov. Charles Smith can't get it down. Webb the other way. Takes it coast to coast. Won't go down. Rebound Parrish. Outlet Smith. He's got Bird with him. Finds Larry. And Koncak picks up the foul. Kevin McHale in, Pinckney out. Fourth foul on Koncak.
I don't care what Ed Pinckney did in the scoring column in that quarter. He did a pretty good job, I'll tell you, of helping to try and up-tempo that game.
Celtics now have Smith and Lewis at the guards. Bird, Parrish, McHale up front. 36th point of the night for Larry Bird. Moses is coming back. Willis goes out.
Jimmy Rogers digging down into that bench. Even though he's got his slow front line in there, Kevin McHale is totally fresh. He ought to be able to get out on the wing. And you know Reggie's going to run. And Smith can push the ball.
Smith now will pick up Doc Rivers as Webb has gone to the bench. They go right into Rivers, and he gets the layup. That's going to be a tough matchup.
Yes, it is. And no double team in evidence. So they isolate Charles Smith.
Foul off the ball on Livingston. Hawks are over the limit, so Bird will be back at the line. Larry working on his season high as he scored 32 in the opener, has 37 here tonight, and is back at the line for 2 more. Charles Smith over at the Celtic bench for a quick conference with Chris Ford. One apiece, 7:45 to go. They're trying to go to Rivers again. Gets the basket and a foul, says Earl Strong.
Well, I think Jimmy's going to be forced to make a move because they've isolated on Charles Smith, and he is just not able to play that man one-on-one. It's very difficult for a veteran, and you see that Rivers just great position, get the shot off, perfect pass. Well, Jimmy's going to stay with Charles Smith. (93-91) Hawks. Smith wants to go inside to Reggie. Finds Bird on a cut. Larry's leaner goes down. Oh boy! Now that when he's got it going, gang. Right between 2 guys, and they were at the full extension of their leap. Didn't even come close to the ball.
Battle to Contact, who just powers one in.
Celtics did not play that pick and roll play well.
Reggie is stripped by Rivers. Doc rams home too, and Jimmy Rogers wants a timeout. 6:41 to go in the game. A 4-point lead. The Hawks have got it. 97-93 Hawks. 6:41 to go here at the Boston Garden.
Great play. Now Battle drops below, cuts off the angle of attack, makes Reggie pull up, and there was Battle with his quick feet right out there to take away. Strong quarter for Doc Rivers.
Hawks doing a great job with the hands tonight. New Jersey beat Chicago tonight down the Meadowlands by 10, 117-107. Reggie Lewis takes it to the hole for 2 and a foul.
What a great play by Reggie. You watch him now. He goes up and finds the blue sky. There's 2 defenders around him. He doesn't take it straight to the hoop. He leans out to find a little shooting room for that hand. Took the blow and scored.
16 for Reggie off the bench. Moses trying to back his way in. Takes a follower. Contact. Hawks by 3.
Oh, he's pounding the boards. Contact.
Inside, McHale blocked by Contact. Rivers in the middle of the battle on the break to Wilkins. He got 2. (101-96) Hawks by 5. And a 20-second timeout called by the Celtics. That'll get John Bagley back in the game.
Here's Bird getting it down to McHale, who had beaten Moses, but good adjustment by Contact to get right there before the shot was let go. And boy, did they jump on that play. And Bird had the only white jersey in evidence, trying to track them all down. Well, here we go.
The Hawks shooting the lights out here in the 4th quarter.
Oh, they're getting easy hoops, and
Yeah.
They're pushing it up, and a couple of low post moves, and by Rivers.
Bagley, Bird, Parrish, Lewis, McHale for Boston. Rivers, Wilkins, contact battle, Malone for the Hawks. Bird, double team, back to Bagley. Reggie's the open man. Got it outside.
I'll tell you, Reg has got his eyes on the hoop.
9 fourth-quarter points for Reggie.
Is he on his toes? Got McHale playing Dominique.
Pull up Wilkins. Rebound Lewis.
Oh, Reg, go get him.
Kevin open. And the Hawks want time. 4:58 to go in the quarter. It's down to 1. Final 5 minutes of this game coming up here from the Boston Garden. 101-100, Hawks by 1. Following the game, stay with Sports Channel at 10:30. It's Sports Nightly, a full half hour of sports news. Then at 11, find out more about Notre Dame football than you ever wanted to know. The Lou Holtz Show. And then the Rockingham Report, all on Sports Channel. Here we go.
And old Reg was on his toes, ready to go.
Moses pops out, looking for battle. They find him. He's open. Rebound, McHale. Celts can get a lead.
I'll tell you, Reggie got right up there on battle shooting hand, made it an awfully difficult shot. Great defense that time.
Reg's open. Looking, finds Bird. Larry wants it. Got it.
I'll tell you, great picks that time by Boston to shake Bird loose, and patience by Reggie Lewis to wait till he got open.
43 for Bird. (17 of 23 from the floor for Bird. Parrish the quick hand. Bird strips Malone, but Wilkins is there, and a foul as he goes through. Robert Parrish will pick it up.
They had Wilkins surrounded, too, with no place to go. As they jump at him, look at him go into the pack. Boy, I'll tell you, that was a clean block. But when you get in there and you get up over people, those whistles will blow. That's what I always tell you at the end of the game, take it to the hoop.
That is the 5th time that Dominique Wilkins has gone to the line and missed the first free throw. And made the second. 102, under 4 minutes to play. Bird pops out again. Tries to leave it. Gets run over by Malone.
Oh, that's awful. That was an awful no call. Boy, he got mugged.
Moses gets it back on the other end. Nowhere to go. Traveling violation. That's a creative call. You're smiling, T. They can't see that at home.
Oh, boy.
Parrish rolls to the hoop. Rebound, Rivers.
Robert should have taken it strong against Moses.
Doc leaves it. Willis missed, but he got fouled on the way through.
That was a good call by Earl. He waited to see whether it was going in before he was going to call it. Willis really got rammed from behind. Now you watch Willis coming up on the trail. Oh, there he is already. And Robert just banged into him from behind. Well,
Willis holding his back like that.
Well, he's had back problems, hasn't he?
Yeah, I guess he has. You're right. Had a big second half, I tell you.
He's got those short arms. I wonder how many times he digs into his pockets. You know, he can't reach his change.
Parrish takes down the miss. We're on the odd number. Hawks by 1. 3:15 to go in the game.
Bird
wants it again. 45 for Bird.
A shootout.
Willis faces up. Tracked down by Bagley.
And Bagley will push it to find somebody.
Kevin lines it up. Knocks it down.
Oh, yeah. Big hoop.
Hawks one time.
I'll tell you, Mike, Bagley at the tail end of the ball game, if you push it hard at the defense in the fourth quarter lets down just the least little bit because they're tired. The other amazing part about the play was McHale. That's not his normal shot. Let's look at Bird, and Dominique fights the pick, tries to get the shot from behind, and Bird made it a tough defensive play. There's McHale working against Moses after the push-up by Bagley, and it's nothing but net.
Never took his eyes off the basket. Boston 11 of 15 in the fourth quarter. The Hawks 11 of 17. Sounds like the old Garden again.
I'll tell you, there's an awful lot of good defense being played here in this quarter, too. Shooting has been amazing.
Dominique will bring it up. Inside Moses. Looks. Throws. Gets it. 25 for Malone. Boy, I tell you, hung right in there, didn't he? Boston by 1, 2:20 left. Kevin through a double team. He'll go to the line.
I'll tell you, old Kevin can sift his way right through most double teams.
Kevin McHale will shoot 2. One broadcaster in the game for Atlanta.
17 for McHale.
And he's played some tough defense tonight. He's really drawn Dominique Wilkins when he's been in the ball game. Reggie Lewis had him for a lot. So it looks like Jimmy Rogers made a defensive adjustment, taking Bird off that quick forward, which should help their team defense a lot more and enable people to shut down the quick forward a little bit better.
3-point Celtic lead. Malone. Moses looking to work.
Walk.
Yeah, that's the call. Hawks are going to trap. Comes to Lewis. Larry's open. 1, 3. Yeah! Larry is back. They have been on their feet cheering since we left. Larry Bird with 48 points.
Celtics beat the press. Remember I talked about Ed Pinckney in the corner being a poor passer. When you got Larry Bird in the corner against the press, he's a designated zone press breaker with shots like that. And I'll tell you, he was so pleased that that went through. Look at him. And look at Kevin McHale. That's the way you break the press. You either get the ball in the hands of a guy like Larry Bird for those three-point shots, or if the defense rushes, people rolling down the lane for layups.
The third time in Larry's career he has hit that number of 48. He's had 5 games better, ranging all the way up to 60.
This man is the most competitive ball player I've seen in years.
19 of 25 from the field. That's 76%.
One stop here.
Parrish, the quick hands, and it went off Malone.
Super movement that time by Robert Parrish to create the problem. Here's the press again.
Inside Reggie, over Battle. Out of bounds, off Malone. A 9-2 run here by the Celtics. Bagley finds Bird. Wilkins with the hands all over him.
Smart idea to work the clock down, but not too far. You still got to get a good shot.
Into McHale, the fall away.
Good shot.
And that's the killer right there.
It sure was.
An 11-2 run in the final 3 minutes. Rivers pull up. Reggie just unable to control it. 1:02 left in the game.
They're going to be thrilling this year. Well, you folks better get yourself on that couch early to watch this team. It's going to be fun.
Bird fights for and gets a rebound. He's fouled by Glenn Rivers, and Larry will have a chance to hit 50.
Now, one of the things Jimmy Rogers has been doing in all these games is really going with Bagley down the stretch, and that's probably a good idea in the long run because Bagley still has that instinct to push the ball up the court, but he's got to really play with a lot of confidence in that half-court offense. And you know, he's not too familiar with all these guys, and Jimmy has not gone to Dennis Johnson in the last few minutes of a game when the game normally slows down. But tonight it's working.
He's got 50. The Hawks take a timeout down 10 with 52 seconds to go.
Well, there was some spunk in this ball club tonight. They got down early in the first quarter, fought back, went up by 10, lost that lead in the third quarter, and really have come out in the last 6 minutes of the game and taken advantage of every opportunity. Moved the ball with patience, played some good defense, and just have been superb the last 6 minutes of the game. The type of basketball that people around here are used to seeing the Celtics play coming down the stretch.
And right now, Tom, with 52 seconds left, it's a 38-point fourth quarter.
And it's really been on shooting because they haven't been running an awful lot, but they have been pushing it out to defense, been selective on where the shots would be taken, who was going to take them. You wouldn't say there was anybody that took a poor shot in that entire quarter. And Bird certainly has been, we'll have Mike Fratello talking to himself with regards to the zone press, because he can break the zone press if you get it in his hands.
Our next Celtic game here on Sports Channel Tuesday night when the Celtics meet the Philadelphia 76ers down at the Hartford Civic Center. Join us for the pregame show at 7:15. That's the Celtics hosting the 76ers from Hartford on Tuesday night, right here on Sports Channel. On Wednesday night, we've got New Jersey, and then next Friday night, the long-awaited debut of the Minnesota Timberwolves right here at the Garden.
Are you going to Howell?
Washington beat Cleveland tonight by 8. Cavs really struggling. Detroit had to work at it, but won by 4 over Orlando. Larry Bird has gone to the Boston bench. Ed Pinckney comes in. Bird sits down with 50. Looks like he wants
He's
more.
mad. He's mad. I want to play. I want to be in there at the end of the game.
Rivers. Klein out of the pack with it. And Dominique Wilkins commits a foul. Alexander Volkov's going to come back in. Roy Marble will make his first appearance for this club.
Celtics is so much better when they're running, and they don't play that slow down game. It creates so many more opportunities, and they get a rhythm and confidence when they hit a few layups. And if you have to play that half-court game all the time, it's precision basketball, and it's asking an awful lot to hit on every shot and rebound every miss with a guy able to block you out. It just doesn't happen.
How about John Bagley, Tom? 29 assists in 2 games in the Garden.
I would say that John Bagley is a premier point guard. There are some problems with John that I saw on the road. He played superlative basketball here in the exhibition game and in the opening night. But what he does is he reads the defense on the fast break. It appeared to me when he goes on the road that he really wants to play souped up, and he's like 2 RPMs too fast for what the other guys are doing. He can just calm himself down a little bit on the road. I think he'll find the rhythm and get the ball club going.
Cedric Toney in the game for the first time. The Celtics have 15-2 run since the Hawks led at 103-102. That's a foul that Pinckney didn't want to commit. Willis will get to shoot a couple, working on a season high of 16. Still working. Charles Smith will come back in for John Bagley.
What's happened to Kelvin Upshaw? It appears that Charles Smith is kind of taking Upshaw's job away from him.
Smith, a little move, finds Pinckney in the corner. Reggie leaves it for Charles. He'll take it. Four seconds to go, and Boston will be 3-2 on the season. The Hawks 0-3. Volkov lets fly. And the final score here from the Garden, 117-106. Larry Bird, 50 points. Happy crowd wandering out of the Garden tonight. Happy for a lot of reasons. 117-106. That makes them happy. But, you know, 50 points, that's terrific. 19 of 25 from the field answered a lot of questions here tonight, I think.
Well, you hope that Larry would continue that way. But part of the progress he's made, obviously, tonight was the hallmark. I don't know if he's really back in shape, got his timing down. He certainly came in tonight all fired up. I could see him reading the papers and saying, boy, these guys have beaten my brains out. And he came in extra fired up and just had an outstanding game.
You pointed it out, Tom, I think, on maybe the second or third shot he took. And as the night went on, it really seemed obvious that there was a rhythm to Larry's shooting that really hasn't been present until tonight.
Larry is a rhythm shooter. You know, you watch him in a three-point shooting contest or in the All-Star game, and everything is rhythm. There's a little push and everything flows. And when he's got an injury, particularly to the back, that rhythm breaks down and that flow breaks down, and he starts pushing it and jerking the shot, and he doesn't have the natural smooth release. And that's what I saw in a couple of the games, but that was because of this little nagging pain in his back. And I would think that it was gone tonight, or at least it appeared to me that he was back into that smooth release.
Okay, and so our Anheuser-Busch star of the game, you doubt for a second? You couldn't. It's Larry.
Larry did a lot of things, and it made it easier for him to play offense tonight because he wasn't called on to really challenge the top gun up front as he has been in the prior games. So Jimmy Rogers made an adjustment tonight. So Larry really concentrated most of his thoughts on offense without having to do yeoman work and stopping somebody. Now, other people did great defensive jobs in order to help Larry do that.
13 rebounds and 7 assists, so it was indeed a Bird-like game in that it was complete right across the board. And again, this has to be something that the Celtics can hang their hat on a little bit.
I think they have to really determine what pattern of players are going to give them the best results for the style that they want. Tonight's game was fits and starts. They tried to run, they didn't, it wasn't effective. Then they ran, it became very effective, and then it slowed down. And so the tempo of the game was completely different for long periods. So they've got to iron that out. If they're going to play up tempo, they got to play it for the full 48. They can't slow it down. It's going to be tough. So Jimmy's got to find a right blend of players, speed, and all the other assets that you're looking for in an offense to make that happen.
Our Texaco Star of the Week, we're going to give that to Larry Bird, too, for his efforts all week long. And here's the little behind-the-back move on Dominique Wilkins early.
Well, Dominique has played pretty decent defense, was fighting picks, but on this particular move, that's Bird just getting enough space between him and Dominique to launch one.
And he was launching them all night long. And again, the Celtics here with a terrific effort overall. And one of the things, too, that I think of is we're going to take a look at the stats here in a moment, but as we look at them, maybe the two games here at the Garden, 126 points, I think it was, against Milwaukee, now 117. Those are pretty good numbers to hang on.
Well, if you're playing up-tempo basketball, you can score 120 points. How many times do I tell you, 100 shots is the target. It ought to be easy if you really up-tempo the ball. They did up-tempo the game considerably during the course of the evening and didn't turn the ball over. That's a real good sign that they've worked on a little bit. They need some speed up front. So Pinckney's a big factor in this ball club when he starts the game to get out there and run hard and tire out that power forward.
All right, let's take a look at the numbers from tonight's game. And again, the Celtics shooting the ball very well. 46 of 87 for 53%, getting the Hawks below that 50% mark at 47. Celtics caught up a bit at the free throw line there. Those are impressive rebounding numbers there, Tom, 51 to 32.
Well, again, a lot of those rebounds came off missed shots on fast break opportunities where nobody was blocking them out, and that's the easiest way to rebound, and they made the Hawks pay.
You take a look at the individual numbers. Moses Malone, as usual, a Malone-type night, 26 points and 14 rebounds. Rivers with 19 on the other side. Bird with 50. McHale had 20. Reggie checked in around the 17 mark, and 13 out of Larry Bird off the boards. Robert Parrish with 12 rebounds. One thing I want to touch on, too, here is you mentioned Pinckney getting up and down the floor. One of the things we seem to continually see on rebounds is Kevin McHale is really moving it up and down the floor on breaks.
One of the great things in tonight's ball game is Kevin McHale, the confidence he had when he got that ball in the corner and took that jump shot. You know now that he's worked on that shot all summer to diversify his offense. He's now more than just a low post player, so he's a two-dimensional offensive player, and he hit nothing but the bottom of the net. And all the jump shots he's taken so far that I've seen, at least in the Boston Garden, boy, they're right on the mark. So great sign there. And Kevin McHale is he's not the swiftest man in the entire league, but boy, is he hustling his tail up on the break. And the reason is he's not, in his mind, he knows he doesn't have to play 45 minutes.
Quick reaction, Tom. Celtics right back out on the road to play the Cleveland Cavaliers. You don't like to go play a winless club, but they got to do that in a place that they've always found tough to play.
No question about it. I kept saying that this is going to be the toughest part of the season before the team's rhythm style is in place. Everybody has confidence in their role to go out and be challenged by some of the really good teams at home. Cleveland's one of them. 3 of their players are missing. However, the Celtics may have a break in that regard. It might not be quite as tough as it would be if Doherty were there and Nance and Price, but they'll still be plenty tough because that other kid in the backcourt, Harper, is tough.
He's a jumper, that's for sure. That's where the Celtics will be tomorrow night. The next Celtic game coming up against the Cleveland Cavaliers at the Richfield Coliseum, and you can catch that game on Channel 56. Game time is 7:30. Mike Crispino, Bob Cousy with all the action live on WLVI TV. Tuesday night, we will be back. Actually, we won't be back here. We'll be down in Hartford, Connecticut. The Celtics against the Philadelphia 76ers. Charles Barkley and crew will be in town. Join us for the pregame show at 7:15. That's Tuesday night, the Celtics and Sixers from the Hartford Civic Center right here on Sports Channel. Coming up next, following the game, which is history now, the Lou Holtz Show. First, Sports Nightly, an update for a half hour of everything going on in the sports world. Then the Lou Holtz Show. Lou will tell you personally what he's going to do to SMU tomorrow. And then the Rockingham Report, and the Hawks will take on the Celtics again at midnight. And that's worth watching again as Larry lit it up for 50. 117-106, the final score. For Don Larrick, Kurt Jacobs, and Dick Leip, and Tom Heinz, and I'm Mike Gorman. See you Tuesday night from Hartford, everyone. Boston Celtics basketball on Sports Channel has been brought to you by Anheuser-Busch. We brew our fine quality beers to be enjoyed responsibly. Remember, know when to say when. By your New England Peugeot dealers. Get to know Peugeot. Nothing else feels like it. By Store 24. Some things in life you just gotta have. By your New England Jeep and Eagle dealers, where you can always expect the best. By True Value Hardware, your store of first choice. By Harvard Community Health Plan, the smart choice. And by Texaco, star of the American road.